ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Yes, continuation to the last class. What is the disease? Continuation to the last class. What is the disease? Means due to any reason, if discomfort is appears in the person, or due to any reason, if the person is feels as a discomfort or disabled to perform any work, then we can say he is with the disease. Definitely disease is nothing but discomfort or discomfort or disability of body is said to be as the disease. Definitely whenever there is the chance to the person feel as a discomfort, whenever there is the chance to the person is disabled to perform the work, means whenever the certain organs are not in functioning, whenever the certain systems are not in proper functioning, then person feels as the discomfort, then person is not able to perform the function. So definitely whenever the systems or the organs are not in proper functioning, then definitely person is feels as the discomfort, person is not able to perform his work normally. So that condition is said to be as the disease. Then what is the reason for not proper functioning of the organ, not proper functioning of the organ system? Means due to the infection of the parasites, due to the infection of the parasite into our body, definitely that parasites must be damages our organs, that parasites must be damages our organ systems. By that way organs or the organ systems are not able to perform their respective function properly. So definitely parasites are the pathogen. Parasites are pathogen. What is the pathogen? Whatever the parasite which cause the disease, whatever the parasite which cause the disease in host body, by damaging of certain organ, by damaging of certain organ system, that parasite is said to be as the pathogen. Definitely whenever the pathogens are entered into our body, that pathogens must be releases harmful chemical substances into the host body. By that way organs or the organ systems are damaged. By that way organs or organ systems may not be perform their respective function properly. By that way that leads to abnormal symptoms, that leads to abnormal signs in the body. They are nothing but diseased symptoms. Definitely whenever the pathogen is entered into our body, that must be releases harmful chemicals into the host body, into the human body. By that harmful chemical substances, these organs or the organ systems are damaged. By that way organs or organ systems are not involved in proper functioning. By that way abnormal symptoms are appears in the person. That abnormal symptoms are nothing but diseased symptoms. In that way definitely due to that kind of the pathogen, person feels as a discomfort or disable to perform the proper functioning. Definitely whatever the diseases are there, this disease is principally categorized into two types. This disease is principally categorized into two types. One is the infectious diseases. Second type of the diseases are the non-infectious disease. Non-infectious disease. Definitely, diseases broadly categorized into two types. One is the infectious diseases, second one is the non-infectious diseases. Then, infectious diseases means these are caused by pathogen. Due to the infection of pathogen, whatever the disease which is developed in the person, that disease is said to be as the infectious disease. Due to the infection of a parasite, due to the infection of a pathogen, if this disease gets developed in the host body, then that is said to be as the infectious disease. Definitely they can spread. They can spread from person to person. From person to person, whatever the diseases which may be spread from person to person, the disease is said to be as the infectious disease. Whatever the diseases which may be spread from person to person, which may be caused by the infection of pathogen, that kind of the diseases are said to be as the infectious diseases. Better example is the amoebiasis. Amoebiasis disease, malaria, ascariasis disease, ascariasis disease, filariasis, disease, teniasis disease, typhoid fever, next cholera, next common cold, next HIV AIDS. So of all kind of the infectious diseases, most dangerous disease is HIV AIDS. Of this all infectious diseases, most dangerous disease is nothing but HIV AIDS. Definitely HIV AIDS is the lethal disease or fatal disease. What is the meaning of the lethal or fatal? Means this disease must be kill the person finally. Ultimately person have to be gets leads to death finally. Once if this HIV virus is entered into the person body, definitely that cause the death of the person finally. That is said to be as the lethal or the fatal disease. Definitely, though the person lifespan gets increases by using the medicine, but ultimately it have to be leads to death once if he is infected with HIV. So that only that is said to be as the lethal disease or the fatal disease. Means of all infectious diseases, most dangerous disease is nothing but HIV AIDS. Second one is the non-infectious diseases. Non-infectious disease means if the disease is not caused by pathogen, if the disease is not spread from person to person, then we can say that is the non-infectious disease. If the disease is not caused by the infection of pathogen, if the disease is not spread from person to person, then that is said to be as the non-infectious disease. For example, kidney diseases. Kidney diseases. What are the kidney diseases? Kidney failure. Kidney failure. Renal caliculi. That is the kidney stone formation. Renal caliculi, glomerulonephritis, like that. All this kind of the diseases may not be caused due to the infection of the pathogen. All these diseases may not be spread from person to person. Definitely in our body, due to any reason, if in the single person kidney is damaged, that leads to failure of the kidney functioning, that is said to be as the kidney failure. Definitely kidney failure is not spread from person to person. Similarly, genetic disorders. Genetic disorders such as the color blindness. Color blindness means a person is not able to identify various colors. If the person is not able to identify various colors, then it is said to be as the color blindness. Definitely that is due to the defect of a gene. That is the mainly due to the defect of a gene. That's not by the infection of a pathogen. That may not be spread from person to person. So definitely that is the non-infectious disease. Similarly, heart diseases. Heart diseases. For example, heart attack. Heart attack. Definitely, due to any reason, if in the one person heart attack is occurs, that may not be heart attack may not be due to the infection of the pathogen. Heart attack may not be due to the infection of a parasite. That may not be spread from person to person. Definitely heart disease such as the heart attack is also non-infectious disease. Next to cancer. Definitely cancer. Due to the uncontrollable cell division, due to the repeated and repeated cell divisions, cancerous development is taken place in the person. Definitely this is also non-infectious. It may not be spread from person to person. Though we are with the cancerous patient, that cancer disease may not be spread from the patient to us. Definitely that is non-infectious. Among the non-infectious diseases, most dangerous form of the disease is nothing but cancer. Among the infectious diseases, most common, most dangerous is the HIV AIDS. Among the infectious diseases, the harmful disease, dangerous disease, lethal disease is nothing but HIV AIDS. Among the non-infectious diseases, most dangerous form of the disease is nothing but cancer. Here among this, cancer disease is also lethal or the fatal. In 99% of the cases, cancer must be leads to death of the person. In 99% of the cases, definitely cancer ultimately leads to death of the person. So that only among this kind of the non-infectious diseases, most dangerous disease is nothing but cancer, because ultimately that kill the person. These are the infectious as well as the non-infectious diseases. Next to common pathogens in human body. What are the common diseases which may be appears in the case of the human? Common pathogens in human body. Definitely, as we are discussed in first class of human biology and the human welfare, about 136 different type of the parasites are able to live in human body. They causes their respective diseases. About 136 different kind of the parasites, about 136 different kind of the pathogens are able to live in the human body, and they may be causes the respective diseases in the case of the human body. So of them, protozoan parasites. What are the protozoan parasites or protozoan pathogens? Pathogens which are very common live in the case of the human body means, one is entamoeba. Entamoeba histolytica is the one protozoan parasite which is very common, which is very commonly live in the case of the human, and it causes the respective disease. Second one is the Plasmodium. Plasmodium vivax is the common type of the protozoan disease, protozoan pathogen which causes the malarial fever. Definitely, Entamoeba histolytica causes amoebiasis disease. Plasmodium causes benign tertian malaria. Benign tertian malaria. Similarly, helminth parasites. Helminth pathogens which are very commonly lives in the case of the human body are Ascaris, lumbricoids that causes the ascariasis disease. Second one is the Taenia solium that causes the teniasis disease. Third one is the Wuchereria bancrofti that causes the filariasis disease. Definitely, helminth pathogens are Ascaris lumbricoids that cause the ascariasis disease, Taenia solium that causes the teniasis disease, Wuchereria bancrofti that causes the filariasis disease. Similarly, fungal pathogens. Fungal pathogens, that is the Trichophyton, Epidermophyton, again Microsporum. Definitely these three together cause ringworm disease. Ringworm disease. In that way, bacterial diseases, typhoid and pneumonia. Definitely, what are the bacterial pathogens which may be causes the bacterial disease in the case of the human beings? Bacterial pathogens. Definitely common bacterial pathogens which may be cause the disease in the person is the Streptococcus pneumoniae, that cause the pneumonia. Salmonella typhi, that cause the typhoid fever. So whatever the pathogen may be, this all kind of the pathogens entered into the host through various methods, through various mechanisms. So definitely how that kind of the various pathogens are entered into our body means, various pathogens are entered into the host body through various mechanisms or various methods. What are the infectious methods? What are the infectious methods means, one is by through contamination of food and water. Definitely certain type of the parasites are entered into our body through polluted water and food material. Definitely through the contamination of the food and water. Contamination means infective stage of the parasite if it is mixed with the food and water. If that food and water is ingested by the healthy person, definitely through that food and water, that parasite is entered into our body. So definitely through the contamination of food and water, certain parasites are entered into our body. For example, entamoeba. Entamoeba entered into the healthy person's body through contamination of food and water. Similarly, ascaris also spread through the contamination of the food and water. Typhoid also entered into the person through the contamination of food and water. Cholera also, definitely cholera also spread from person to person through the contamination of food and water. In that way, through the contamination of food and water, certain type of the parasites are entered into our body. This is the first method. Second, by inoculation. Inoculation method. What is the inoculation means? Biting. Definitely certain type of the diseases are spread from person to person through the biting of mosquito. certain type of the pathogen, certain type of the parasites are spread from person to person by the biting of the mosquito. That is said to be as the inoculation. For example, malaria. Malaria is spread from person to person through biting of female Anopheles. Female Anopheles mosquito. Due to the biting of the female Anopheles mosquito, malaria is spread from person to person. Filariasis is spread to person by the female Culex mosquito biting. Again, dengue fever. Dengue fever is spread from person to person by the Aedes aegypti. Aedes aegypti is the mosquito. Definitely through female Anopheles mosquito biting, malaria is spread from person to person. Through the female Culex mosquito biting, filariasis disease is spread from person to person. Through the Aedes aegypti mosquito biting, dengue is spread from person to person. In that way, through the inoculation, certain type of the diseases are spread from person to person. Similarly, through the aerosol method, definitely through the aerosol method also, certain type of the diseases are spread from person to person. Aerosol method means whenever the person sneezes, through that kind of the vapors, this diseases may be spread from person to person. That method is said to be as the aerosol method. Definitely by the sneezing or during the speaking, whatever the vapors which may be releases from the patient, through that kind of the vapors, if this disease causing organism is spread from person to person, then that is said to be as the aerosol method. Definitely what are the diseases which may be spread from person to person by this method means, one is pneumonia, second one is the common cold. Common cold principally spread from person to person through the aerosol method. Next, fourth one is the direct contact method. Direct contact method. So definitely what are the diseases which may be spread from person to person through direct contact method means if we can touch the patient by touching, if this disease is spread from person to person, then it is said to be as the direct contact method. Definitely either by using the towels or by using this comb or by using the cloth of the infected person, if it is spread from person to person, then we can say that is the direct contact method. Definitely by physical touching to patient or by using his things, if this disease is spread from person to person, then we can say that is the direct contact method. For example, ringworm. For example, ringworm disease. Definitely this is spread from person to person through the direct contact method. Whenever the person is suffered with ringworm, if we can touch that kind of the ringworm, definitely that ringworm fungal species must be spread from person to person through the direct contact. In that way, definitely this pathogen may be entered into the person body either through the contamination of food and water, or through the inoculation, or through the aerosol method, or through the direct contact method. So whenever the pathogen is entered into our body, that pathogen at first reaches to its particular site. Definitely single pathogen after enter into our body, that pathogen is not able to survive in all areas of our body. All pathogens may not be gets to survive in a single area of our body. Each and every pathogen may be gets lived in a specific area of our body, and after entering into its suitable place, that starts feeding. Later that may be perform the reproduction, later that may be increases in number, later that may be starts dominant over our tissue, later that may be develop the disease. For example, whenever the entamoeba is entered into our body, that immediately reaches to the large intestine, because large intestine is a suitable place for the entamoeba. Similarly, when we observe the Ascaris, definitely Ascaris after entered into our body, that reaches to the small intestine. Small intestine is the suitable place for the Ascaris. Similarly, whenever the typhoid means Salmonella typhi, whenever it is entered into our body, that reaches to the small intestine where that may be settled. Like that way, when we observe the malarial parasite after entered into our body, that reaches to the liver cell or the RBC, because they are the suitable place to that kind of the malarial parasite. Similarly, when we observe the filariasis, means Wuchereria bancrofti. Filariasis disease is mainly due to the infection of Wuchereria bancrofti. Wuchereria bancrofti is settled in the lymph vessels and the lymph glands. Again, that is the suitable place to that. Like that way, different pathogens, whenever they may be entered into our body, they may be reaches to their suitable place finally, where they may be settled, after settled in their suitable area, later they starts feeding on the content of the tissue, later they increases in size, later they may be starts reproduction to increase in number, later only they may be starts development of a disease in our body. In that way, definitely various type of the diseases may be, various type of the disease causing organisms may be lived in our body. Next to Entamoeba histolytica. Next one is the Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba histolytica. Definitely in our syllabus, 4 parasites life histories are given. In our syllabus, 4 parasites life histories are given. First, Entamoeba histolytica life history. Second, Plasmodium life history. Third, Ascaris life history. Fourth, Wuchereria bancrofti life history. So definitely in our syllabus, we have to read 4 parasite life histories. First one is the Entamoeba histolytica. Second, Plasmodium vivax. Third, Ascaris lumbricoid. Fourth one is the Wuchereria bancrofti. Of this 4, first parasite is the Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba histolytica. Definitely when we observe the Entamoeba histolytica, it is belongs to phylum Protozoa. It is the protozoan parasite. Its subphylum is Sarcomastigophora. Sarcomastigophora. Again, its class is Rhizopoda. Then, why we include this Entamoeba histolytica in subphylum Sarcomastigophora and class is Rhizopoda means only one reason for this is nothing but it is with pseudopodia. It is with pseudopodia for its locomotion. Due to that reason, its subphylum is Sarcomastigophora, its class is Rhizopoda. What is the meaning of the pseudo? Pseudo means false. Again, poda means foot. Poda means foot. What is the pseudopodia? Pseudo means false, poda means foot. Definitely in the case of the Entamoeba histolytica, whatever the finger-like structure which is present, this finger-like structure is said to be as the pseudopodia. In the case of the Entamoeba histolytica, single pseudopodia is present for its movement, for its locomotion. Definitely, this is look like as our foot. It is look like as our leg, but it is not original leg. It is not original leg. Due to that reason, it is said to be as the pseudopodia. Pseudo means false. Poda means the leg or foot. Definitely in the case of the Entamoeba histolytica, a finger-like structure which is present, which is helpful for its movement, that finger-like structure is said to be as the pseudopodia. Definitely it is look like as the foot, but it's not original foot. It is similar in our foot in movement, in causing the movement. This pseudopodia is similar to our leg, but pseudopodia is not original leg. So that only this pseudopodia, this leg-like structure is said to be as the pseudopodia. So due to the presence of this pseudopodia, this Entamoeba histolytica is included under the subphylum of Sarcomastigophora and the class of the Rhizopoda. Definitely when we observe the classification of the Entamoeba histolytica, phylum Protozoa, it is belongs to the phylum Protozoa. Its subphylum is Sarcomastigophora, its class is Rhizopoda because of due to the presence of pseudopodia as locomotory organ. Definitely for its movement, for its locomotion, definitely this pseudopodia is helpful. Due to that reason, its subphylum is Sarcomastigophora, its class is Rhizopoda. Then what is the pseudopodia means? Pseudo means false, poda means foot. Though it is look like as our foot, which causes the movement like that of our foot, but it is not original foot. So that only it is said to be as the false foot. Again, what is the meaning of the histolytica? What is the meaning of the histolytica? Histos means tissues, lytic means destruction. Lytic means destruction. Definitely, Entamoeba histolytica in our large intestine, by releasing a enzyme that causes the destruction to our large intestine tissues. What is the enzyme which is secreted by the Entamoeba histolytica means? Histolysin. Histolysin enzyme is secreted by the Entamoeba histolytica into our large intestine tissues for destruction of our large intestine tissues. So that only this species name is given as Entamoeba histolytica. Histos means tissues, lytic means destruction. After entering Entamoeba histolytica into our body, after entering Entamoeba histolytica into our large intestine, onto the large intestinal wall, it secretes the histolysin enzyme. By that way, our large intestine tissues are destructed. So that only its species name is given as the histolytica. Again,
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.